Welcome back to 88.3 WLFC. I am Jeremiah Jackson, and with me today, a very, very, very special guest in the building, in the studio. For the second time?
For the second time, yep.
Second time, we have Findlay Rap.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me on.
Definitely appreciate it. Appreciate you for wanting to come on.
Yeah.
As well. You know, a lot of people have a question, like, who is Findlay Rap?
Okay. So, in a very literal sense, my name is Aiden Wright. I'm a freshman here, so it's my first year. But just in a sense of what the page is, it's just a satire account, really. A little bit of real news mixed in, but it's just for fun. That's just kind of what I am. Yeah. Just jokes, just for fun, just kind of get people to share my stuff around, and if it makes people laugh, then there you go. That's what it's all about.
Facts. That way, were you always into media?
No, not really. Actually, no. Okay. I started the page from my high school back last school year, my senior year. I think like that first month of school, so I started it early in that year, and then it kind of blew up from there. But from then on, I was like, this is fun.
Yeah.
Like I kind of knew what I needed to do, kind of knew what I needed to stay away from. And I just kind of went from there. It was a really fun experience, though.
Right. So, you started at your high school. What kind of, traction did you receive then?
So, I think I got a little lucky with my traction, just to be honest. Our sophomore year is the year that COVID hit, so we had to go online. And then our junior year, we had, a hybrid schedule because COVID was starting to die down.
Yeah.
But one of the real big things going into senior year was if we were going to have masks or not. Okay. Because they were finally integrating us back into a full week structure. Mm-hmm. And I remember they made the announcement that we would have masks. So a lot of people were thinking that we weren't going to, but they officially made it, we have to have masks, because I think the first 2 weeks of school we didn't. Mm-hmm. And they reversed their decision just because a lot of kids were getting sick and stuff.
Right.
So that was my first post. My first post was a real news thing.
Oh, wait, was it your IG or was it the high school, then you put rap at the end?
So it was, I made Westfield Rap, but I didn't know what to post. But I remember sitting down on the second day I made that account. I had nothing, no followers, no posts, but that came up on the news feed for the school. So that was a little bit of luck there. So then I made that post, real news. It was we gotta have masks and stuff, and people started sharing that instantly. Because obviously people gotta know that we gotta come to school with, with that stuff, or else we wouldn't be allowed in.
Yeah.
So I think the first day I got 100, just peers or whatever.
Wow.
And then from there, it blew up.
It went up.
Yeah.
Hey. So did you were you nervous, or what was your mindset changing it from, you said Westfield?
Yeah.
Westfield Rap to Findlay Rap?
I was really nervous, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know if people would really receive it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when you're in high school, you're with a bunch of 14 to 18-year-olds. They're sitting in class looking at memes all the time.
Yeah.
But when I'm in college, how old are you? 20? 22. Yeah. I'm 19, but there's a bunch of 18 to 24-year-olds, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a different demographic, and I didn't think it was going to take off, really. And I remember, I don't think I officially switched the page over until the second month of school. Okay. So it wasn't an instant thing,
Yeah. What were after you posted for the first time, or after the first couple posts, I remember you had the bracket. What kind of, did people just latch on just like that?
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. It was I thought I need something big to get people to latch on to. That's literally what I was thinking, and I was I hope this works, because if it doesn't, I don't have anything else. But I think I don't really know what made people latch on to it, really.
Okay.
I think it's maybe just the fact that they saw their friends on there, maybe they saw themselves and they started posting on their stories and stuff, but yeah, the most chill bracket, I think, was the biggest thing I've done.
Yeah, that was really big. People love them brackets, I would say.
Yeah.
People love those brackets. And an Instagram question we actually got, that someone wanted to ask you, was can we get a couples bracket?
A couples bracket?
That's what somebody asked.
We do that. I was thinking I want to round out the year with ending on the most chill too. So I don't want to do anything until like maybe next year. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking about some brackets to do next year, so I'll throw that in there.
How do you like come up with these ideas?
So it's a little bit of a weird process. Like, I can't ever sit down and force myself to make a post.
Okay.
Like, if I tell myself, I got to post now, and then I sit down and try and think, like, I'll draw blanks or I'll think of stuff that, like, really won't be big.
Yeah.
But if I'm just, like, in Hindo eating or if I'm showering or doing homework and I have something pop in my mind, I'll write it down on my notes.
Yeah.
But then I'll just go back to that and make that idea a post.
Yeah.
And so it's just like the random stuff, and I think that's kind of where the humor comes from a little bit, because it's just random. That's what it is.
Now, you were anonymous for a while.
Yeah.
Were you anonymous in high school when you had the Westfield rap account?
I tried to be anonymous. I had one of my friends so he accidentally told a couple people, and then so like
in high school.
Yeah. So a little group of people started to know, but I made this one post about a different school system. It was a private school. And I made a post that they weren't going to receive enough money for funding, so all their kids had to transfer to our school. And obviously the joke about that was supposed to be that a private school can't lose funding.
Yeah.
Right, because you get the money from the parents. But a lot of the people actually thought that was real. And so the couple people that knew were like coming up to me in the middle of like the hallway and stuff and just shouting it out. So people started to know, and people thought this was real. But I remember being in class, and my high school was big. My high school was bigger than Findlay, so I was in a class of like 40 people.
Okay.
And the superintendent comes in, or not the superintendent, the assistant principal comes in and says that the superintendent of that school district called.
Oh.
And he took me down and told it, like, I'm not in trouble or anything, but I had to remove the post.
Yeah.
But since I was in that big class, everybody knew. And so then, like, I went to school the next day and everybody knew.
Hey.
Yeah.
And you wanted to stay anonymous then?
I wanted to stay anonymous, yeah. It didn't change much about it, though, but...
It didn't. Do you ever think, like, could I get in trouble for a post? Do you ever think about that?
Oh, yeah. A lot of time. And not just with, like, teachers or professors or anything, but, like, other people.
Yeah.
I remember... I do kind of regret posting this because I'm chill with a lot of the football players now, but I remember posting, I was like, football team will throw a good party if they finally win a game.
Yeah.
And that was just supposed to be like just throwing fun. I wasn't throwing actual shade, and that's I try not to with any post I make. It's just like, just in fun.
Right.
But a couple of them did get mad at me for that, and I took it down out of respect. But I did kind of realize, like, many people may not perceive it at first as a joke, so I gotta kind of, sometimes I'll sit down and like wind it back, think it through.
Do you get that a lot though? Like, people are like, you make a post and add somebody, and then that person's like, hold on.
Not a lot.
Oh, not a lot? But you actually get them though?
It does happen, yeah.
It does happen?
Which sucks, because I don't want people to think that I'm like actually trying to, bully them.
Right, yeah.
Because it's just, and that's why I ended up putting, like satire in my bio. Because I want people to just like look like, I wouldn't, if I had actual beef with somebody, like I would not
post them.
I wouldn't post them.
Yeah.
No.
It makes sense. Yeah, and you were anonymous for a minute here, going back to you being anonymous. And now, after this, you will not be anonymous.
Yeah.
How do you think things will change for you here on campus?
I'm not too sure, and I hope things really don't change. I don't think they will, but I hope things, don't change. I hope nobody treats me different.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to revel in it or anything. It's just me, and I just do it. I don't want to be treated like some crazy celebrity around campus,
right.
And it's nice to like hear people talk about my stuff, but I don't want people to just see me as that. You know what I mean?
Just as Findlay Rap.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Were you kind of like, okay, not shy about it, but do I go to this place with a lot of people? Do I go over here with a lot of people when you were like Findlay Rap? I mean, when you were anonymous?
Yeah. At the start, I remember hanging out with Xavier one time, and we went to the track house for a party. And I was like, I told him, I was like, all right, Xav, keep it low. Like, keep it low. Don't tell anyone. And, you know, I love that man. But the first thing he did when he get in there, he's like, he points me out to Amber. And he's like, this is Amber Schweiger, point guard of the Findlay women's basketball team. I'm like, nice to meet you. And she's like, what's up? Who are you? And Xavier goes, this is Findlay Rap. And I'm like, all right, Xav. All right, man. But, yeah, I like going out to brew a couple times, like, going out to parties and like just groups of people. I wanted to, like, you know, not even open Instagram because I didn't want anybody to see. But I would see people like checking up on my page. Yeah. And I thought that was pretty cool. But I was like, you know, let's not tell anyone yet.
Yeah. Would you ever like post a picture on your story and like someone's like, okay, he's here. That's fine though.
I don't know. I've worried about that. Okay. I've worried about that. That's why now when you see a lot of like my status updates or whatever, like if I'm posting about the bracket news or whatever, I'll just make it a black or an orange background. Because if somebody sees me sitting somewhere, you know, like at Hendo, I think at one time I had posted a story where I was sitting at a table in Hendo and I saw somebody looking around. Maybe it was just me being paranoid, but yeah, gotta keep it down low. So
I definitely think now people are gonna be like, they're gonna see you and they're gonna like be staring at you for a minute, like, is that him?
Yeah.
You might get like you might get like people like taking pictures of you. At first, I would say.
Little Findlay paparazzi.
Yeah, definitely gonna be some Findlay paparazzi.
Maybe. If you want to pose up with me, go ahead.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm chill about it.
He's open for it, man.
It's not anything too crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How long do you think you keep this going, Findlay Rap?
The hope is as long as people receive it well.
Yeah.
Ideally, I mean, maybe it would be something fun to do all 4 years. And I feel like people are always going to want to see something in their day that they want to laugh at or, you know, share with friends. So it's not like I'm doing anything too, like, niche, I would say.
Yeah.
But it just all depends. It depends on how people receive it. It depends on how I feel about it going forward. You know, maybe I just grow out of it. But that was another thing, too, with starting at my senior year of high school. A lot of people wanted me to pass it along. And I guess now I'm glad I didn't because now I have it for here. But I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll keep it up 4 years. Maybe I'll keep it up longer. You know, maybe next year we all get tired of it, you know?
Yeah.
Just is just how people receive it. That's what the page grows off of.
Yeah, and we have a couple more social media pages, kind of similar to Findlay Rap. One of the Instagram questions was, what do you think about Unhinged?
I like Unhinged. I don't know who it is, and I've tried to pry it out of them, but they won't tell me, which is cool.
Oh, like a couple of DM exchanges?
They're keeping it tight and anonymous. I don't think anybody knows who they are.
Okay.
So, but I like Unhinged. I think they're funny because they post like the some stuff you'd see on like a Barstool page. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw that post about the people taking their mattress out to go sled, and I thought that was hilarious. But I do like that because it's not like they're trying to be anyone else too much. They found their own thing, and that's
like not like they copied you or anything.
Right.
Right.
I wouldn't care if they copied me, but I think what I find funny about it is that they found their own thing and they make it funny.
Right.
And they post all that. They post the crazy stuff.
Yeah. And what's the other one?
I think Barstool, right?
Barstool? Yeah.
Barstool. I was cool with Barstool for a little bit because they were doing like, you know, the sports updates, but they stopped posting.
Oh, okay.
So I think the last post they had was in November.
Yeah.
So
you're kind of like the pioneer.
I guess you could say that.
Way.
Yeah.
What's some like if you could give like if the person who's running Unhinged is watching this or the Barstool is watching this, like what's some advice you can give them on like how to retain the audience?
So, I would say first find something that the audience is responsive to, and it seems like for Unhinged they already did, like the DM submissions and posting like the funny crazy stuff. So they already got that on lock. But what I think I would do next is don't post too often. Don't post too far apart.
Okay.
I think what I started to do, there was a time where I was posting 2 to 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I kind of stuck to 1, maybe 2 times a day, because there are a lot of post ideas from back when I had the page in the early days of here that I feel like those posts would have blown up more maybe if I was posting them now.
Okay.
Some better like creative ideas that I don't want to say I wasted them, but I feel like we're just too cluttered together with other posts. So just kind of just have the extra stuff, you can post once a day and keep it going, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Would you call yourself social media savvy now?
Savvy, yes, maybe, but definitely not anything more. Definitely not like an expert, not a master, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of, I learn new stuff every day.
Yeah.
Like the other week, I finally looked at my insight tools on my page, because I run that as a business page, so I didn't just see the insights and stuff.
Yeah.
But I saw that the audience was more active at 6 p.m. every night, every day of the week. So like I had just learned that out.
Yeah.
So now I try to do my posts in the morning before everyone goes to class, at lunch, or at dinner.
Yeah. That's smart.
So I mean, I'm learning new stuff.
Yeah. And you do like a lot of things that I think are like just pure gold. Like I love tournaments. I love brackets. So I think the brackets are golden. The Almost Friday pictures, those are golden as well, because you got people submitting pictures to you.
Yeah.
How many pictures do you get like submitted to you each week?
I'll say on a normal week, maybe 15, around there,
okay.
15, 20. So it doesn't make it too hard to like have to cut people. I always feel bad when I have to like not feature somebody's.
Yeah.
But I'll just use, as long as it's nothing, obscene or that I literally couldn't post. I'll do the first 10 that are sent to me.
Okay.
So maybe I'll get all 10 on Monday. But for this week, I don't know what was up. I had like 40.
40.
I had like around 30 to 40. And I don't know what changed from this week, from last week, but I was like, I felt a little bad. I couldn't put everybody's in there. But shout out to Xavier, though, for that, because I did see one of his Almost Orange Friday posts.
Okay.
And then I was like, we should do this, but like meme.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
So
good idea.
it's my inspiration right there.
Now, it's Kage Level TV, so I gotta ask you. I know you told me before you're not really hip to anime, but you know a little bit about something.
I have watched the smallest bit of Dr. Stone. I know what it's about, though.
Okay.
I've watched maybe 2 or 3 episodes of Demon Slayer.
Okay.
I have watched the first 2 episodes of Attack on Titan, but I know what that's about. And I know, like, some of the lore about it, like, later on. What else? I've watched a little bit of One Punch Man. I think One Punch Man is the one that I've watched the most. Okay. Just because it seems a little bit more asynchronous than other ones. I've really wanted to start One Piece.
Okay.
My problem, though, is... And I saw your segment on is One Piece too long, and I know the thing for me is if I sit down and start watching One Piece, I'm gonna be watching that for a long time.
Look, that's understandable. I tell people now, like people are like, okay, when should I start One Piece? Honestly, I think the best chance was 2020. That's when I started.
Yeah,
that's when I started during quarantine. You had time. All you had was time. But like, it's a journey because it's like 1,048 episodes, about to be probably 49 this week. So it's a journey.
Crazy.
But people who want to watch One Piece, they have to go into the show with the mindset of, I'm not watching it to catch up.
Right.
I'm watching it to enjoy it. I feel like that's what people kind of go wrong because they're like, it's too long.
Which is, that's not a bad thing.
Right, yeah. Not at all.
My thing, though, is especially with me, though, I've never really, in the past, sat down and watched many TV shows. Just because in high school, I was on track, cross country, winter track. Okay. So, I mean, I was an all-year runner. And the runners here know what that grind is. I mean, it's all the time.
Yeah.
Had a lot of classes, too. So, I mean, I was always doing homework. I would get home from practice, do homework, eat, go to sleep. You know what I mean? So, I didn't really ever have time, aside from, like, the weekends, maybe, to sit down and watch a show. But I just never really got into TV as much as I did, like, you know, YouTube and, like, documentaries and stuff that I can kind of just watch whenever. So I haven't even really been like the biggest show guy in the first place.
Okay. Do you have like any favorite YouTubers?
Not really. I just kind of watch anything. I guess though, if I had to choose a favorite, it would be Moist Critical.
Okay. I've heard of him.
I like him. He's funny.
Yeah. You know, like with your Findlay rap page, I feel like you could do so much with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like just with the following that you gain while being here and with your high school as well. What's next for Findlay rap?
I've always toyed around with the idea of doing some merch drop.
Okay. Oh, that would hit. I think that would hit.
I hope it would. But my thing is, like, I feel like I could get a couple of my friends, couple people like maybe Isley or whatever, you know what I mean, that could come up with some fire, like, designs and stuff. But I've always wondered, like, if people would actually buy it, you know what I mean? But if they did buy it, I would want to give that money to the university.
Really?
I would want to find some way to, give it to some sort of, like, charitable cause in the university, or maybe just give it to the university to help, with stuff around here. I mean, I wouldn't be pouring up, thousands of dollars to the university by any means, but just kind of give it back to, the community that we're all here for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think you can, like, monetize off of Findlay rap?
I don't think so. I think if I was at a bigger school like OSU or whatever, I could do like sponsorships or whatever. But I think with Findlay, and it's not a dig on Findlay, but we're just too small. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But that does have its benefits though, because I feel a little bit more connected with the people.
Yeah.
So I'm not really worried about monetizing as much as I am just kind of making sure that people still, like the stuff that I post.
Right. Any like things you want to tell the people, like that they see you out there, don't be taking too many pictures, they be chilling, treat me like a normal student.
Basically that, but I've kind of always said this, but I mean, if people do grow out of it, if people have a problem with it, or if people even want to see more, I mean, just hit me up, just tell me. I'm always receptive to what people think, what people want, what people need. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, just let me know if anything changes. I mean, I'm not going to keep pushing it if people don't want it, and I will keep pushing it if people do want it. So
yeah, and it might come out to be better as well. Yeah. Because, like, when you were anonymous, I told you before, there's a streamer called Your Age. And when he was, like, anonymous, people didn't, like, see him, I feel like that made him who he was. But he's still a great streamer no matter what. But then he turned on his face cam, and he's still a great streamer. He took it a step beyond. So maybe you could do the same thing.
Yeah. Just remember, it's page is based on the community. So, I mean, that's all you. It's all you.
Findlay Rap, appreciate you for coming by the studio.
Yep, thanks for having me on, man.
It's 88.3 WLFC, and we out.